Hello, family, and welcome back to yet another quick post. I really want to encourage you today because sometimes we look at the slowness of change and we say, "How is God allowing this?" and "What is He doing?" and so on. Well, something happened last week that I was very encouraged by, and I think that by sharing it, you might be too. A few years ago, we were really involved in some prayer and fasting at our local church. And it's just a small, tiny group of people that wouldn't consider themselves very important or very significant or even very influential. And yet we had a small group that would meet and they would pray regularly. And at the time, we were actually doing a lot of fasting and praying. And so, 4 times a year, the church would call a week long fast, and there would be some kind of fasting going on, either we would participate completely in a water fast, and there would be others who would try to fast media, or they would do something else in which they were denying themselves for the purpose of prayer. And we would meet during those times completely in every night. So we would get together for a prayer meeting, and we began to pray, in particular about one problem that we had in our neighborhood. We had 2 blocks away a strip club that was operating and drawing an awful lot of attention and creating a lot of things in our neighborhood. So we were not, we realized that God wasn't happy about this, and we wanted to do something. And so we began to pray, and God led us to pray in very specific ways. The first thing we asked Him to do was to close it, and the second thing we asked Him to do was to take the building down completely, make sure that it was razed right to the ground. And then, since at the time we were thinking maybe a tornado, something would happen, we asked God to spare people, that He would cause no death in the taking of it down, so that it would have to happen when it was like really closed, or something would happen. So we began to pray this way, and we prayed earnestly for a couple of years without any sign that anything was happening. Then COVID-19 came along, and the business closed, and the business sold. And this week, we got information that the new buyers were going to tear the building down completely. They were going to destroy it. So no more that type of business in that area. And then we also realized that because it was closed, nobody was going to get hurt. God absolutely answered it. Now, did He answer it in our time frame? No, we were thinking it was going to happen. When we started to pray, we began to say, "Okay, God, we're waiting," and so on. And it took several years before the actual completion of every detail of our prayer was answered. But I want you to see that in God's time and in God's way, He answers and pays attention to the details that He moved on us to pray. And that's exactly right. And so as we pray for the salvation to come in the American system, in Canada, and so on, we need to pray in faith, believing that God knows what is the proper timing and when He is going to move and how He is going to move. And He will honor those things we ask for. So I hope this encourages you today. I love you, and I hope we'll see you again in a very soon, another video. Okay, bye.